Welcome everyone. It is another day of Emily's mouse not working. So unfortunately you guys will not get to see me today. Hopefully Friday my mouse will work by then. I think I figured out it's actually the computer, not my mouse. So maybe I'll have to look into that. But it's okay because my downward camera is working. We've got some very beautiful, exciting, stunning, I have been obsessed with these pieces that have just came out from Ciao Bella. I'm going to go through them, and then if I have time, I might do a quick demo with the rice paper. I love the rice paper. I know a lot of people aren't sure what to do with it, but if you Google online what to do with craft rice paper or even look up Ciao Bella's videos, they've got some amazing creations and ways to work with Ciao Bella's or any rice paper. So we'll just jump right into it, and then we'll get into the demo later. So this is one of the newest releases. This is called the Wizard Academy. So I will open up, let's open up we'll do the 12 by 12 just because it's easier to see. So we have two different ones here. We've got the patterns pad, so it's 12 by 12, and you can actually see the different sheets on the website if you are curious, but I'm just gonna open one for sake of time. I will open the paper pad. This reminds me of Harry Potter. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I haven't seen them all, but I've definitely seen enough to know that this is giving me Harry Potter's vibes. I know it is a well-loved movie because a lot of my family and friends love it. So if anyone out there has any wizard lovers or any Harry Potter fans, this would be perfect for any scrapbook pages, cards, or really any project. So this is the front page. One thing that I love about Ciao Bella is their front page, you can actually use it. All you have to do is just cut off the bottom part here, but all of these little rectangles you could use on your cards, on a tag, a scrapbook page, and then also same with this large image here. Hi, Karen. Happy Tuesday. And then this is the back. Some beautiful images. And then here is a larger image of the staircase. And then we've got some different little images on the left side here. You could also fussy cut those out. These are also highly detailed. So I don't know if the cameras, let me turn on my second light and see if that will help. Oh, and it doesn't want to work, or does it? Got it. Hopefully this will help show you guys the images a little bit better. Those are some envelopes, a pretty background page. We've got, I think it's a raven or a crow up in that corner. Got a nice fireplace, and there's actually some people in the mirror, a little spooky. That says, "Time to make the magic happen." And then on the back, and I've got tons of rectangular images here. These are perfect little ones to add into anything that you make a pocket with. Some envelopes. This one has got some dark colors in it, which I like. Some nice black colors. Nice background. Here is another one, very wizardry. This again, Harry Pottery. We've got a bunch of the books that would remind me of Harry Potter books. And here you could actually write something on. Nice background page. Another really nice background page, a lot of detail. And then here is a ton of different fussy cutting elements that you could cut out and add to your scrapbook pages, cards, or projects. Hi, Lisa. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a good lunch break. Some snakes on the back. This one has got a little bit of like flowers. And then I've got a big kind of rustic bookshelf. I really like this one. This one's really pretty. There's tons of pages in here that I'm getting inspired by. And last but not least, here is the back side. It's kind of like a wizard garden. All right, so that was the 12 by 12 paper pad for the Wizard Academy. And again, there is the patterns. It is slightly different. There are just some different images, but the same theme that I just showed. Just the images are a little bit different. That is the back. And then there's also a 8 by 8. I love 8 by 8 sizes because they are Perfect for card making. If you've got like a 7x5 card, you've got your sheet. You don't have to worry about it being too small, which I love. This is the same exact paper that I just showed from the last paper pad that I opened up. So the 8x8 is the same as the one I opened and showed everyone. All of those beautiful pages. And then we also have a A4 size as well. This one is slightly different. Just some different images. And I will quickly just open this up for everyone to see what is in here. I'm just going to quickly show this off. If I can get it open. There we go. All right. So again, they're all double-sided. And one thing that I love about these papers is they are matte. So you could ink on top of them super easily. You could stamp on top of them. They did come out with stamps. I just didn't grab any of them, as well as stencils. They came out with more than what I'm showing. This is just what I grabbed. All right, so that is the A4. Then we have got some vellum paper. There are 6 different designs in one white sheet. Lots of different pages you could use for backgrounds. And then here are the images here. I know the website will show them a lot better. And then we have got, I'll show the rice papers because they are stunning. Look at this. This is the big castle on the mountain. You've got a nice, lovely background. This one with some gears says good things take time. And this one you can fussy cut out, or with your watercolor brush, just outline the image and tear it apart. I will show that again if I have time at the end. And then another one that you can, again, fussy cut out. So I'll set those aside. And then, again, there's so much with this collection. We've got the fussy cut 6x6 pad. So it's got tons of different elements to fussy cut out. We've got the silver sheets. These are the deluxe paper. You can see that there is that nice foiling. And again, there are some different images, as well as the Wizard Academy has some vellum. Okay, I'll move on to the next one because I don't want to spend too much time on one since there are so many products from the different collections. So that was Wizard Academy. Now moving on to, I think, this is probably my favorite one of them all. I mean, I love them all, don't get me wrong, but this is one of my favorites. So set the rice paper aside. And we will take a look at, this is the patterns pad. This is the 12x12. So we'll open that one up because it's already open. And in here, again, same thing. Your first page you could actually use because you've got the different large pages that you could just cut out and just cut out the bottom. You don't need the bottom, and use those for all your projects. Got some letters at the bottom, so you could maybe write your own sentiment, put someone's name. Maybe someone's getting married, so you could write just married out of these. So it's a very wedding-inspired paper pad collection, and you'll see why. The more I flip through the pages, you'll understand. Right now, they're just beautiful pages, but you'll see the wedding vibe soon. These would be perfect for, obviously, a wedding, but also Valentine's Day. So this is what I mean by the wedding. So we've got the bride here putting some makeup on, but we've also got butterflies and other elements that you could use for a birthday. Maybe someone who likes pretty colors, like pretty pastel colors. You could do a lot with that as well. Got like a wedding dress or even a prom dress. You could do that as a prom dress. Got some wedding shoes, your wedding cake, and then the back side. And then we've got some nice background papers here. And another background page. And again, another fussy cut one. I love this. Is probably my favorite page out of them all. Got the Just Married card with some balloons, some more balloons, 2 doves kissing. And then we've got the men's suit here in the back of the hair for the women, but it's twice. You got a bigger one, a smaller one, some rings. You could do multiple wedding cards out of this. If someone's got a lot of weddings coming up, this is a perfect paper pad for that. All right, so that was one. This is the paper pad 12x12. So this one is similar. It's just got more papers in here than what I just showed, I'm pretty sure. one of each 12 double-sided sheets. So there's 12 in that, 8 in this one. Then we have got the A4 size. And I will open up the smaller one because I didn't open up that last time. We've got the 8x8. This is called Always and Forever. All right, let's open up this one. This is the Fussy Cut pad. I'm not going to show every page because this is quite thick. There's a lot in here. So I'll just quickly flip through them. That is just one side. But again, you could fussy cut these out from the front page. Some beautiful flowers. Again, some more wedding-y type of images. The bride there. The rings. And then these are also double-sided. I should have shown that. I'll flip those over now for you guys to see. I just forgot about that. So one side's got the fussy cutting, and then the other side has some background pages for you to use, which I love. Although the hardest part with the double-sided is they're so beautiful, you never know what one you want. That's my biggest struggle. I don't want to ruin them all. All right, so that is the fussy cut pad. Then there's also a vellum pad, 6x6, and then I think this is 6x6. Yeah, 6x6. And then we also have the A4 size. And then I'll open up quickly just the pearl sheets to show you guys because they are so, so beautiful. Just open that. And then in here, hopefully the camera will pick this up. Oh, it's not doing it justice. But these are pearled sheets. They are so, so sparkly. Hopefully the back, like super shiny. They are called the deluxe paper for a reason. They are like so stunning. And they feel nice as well. So they are very pearly. The camera's just not doing it justice. That's always my struggle. All right, then we have got some rice papers I'll show again. Got a nice background. Again, this one you could just use your water brush and cut out some images. I'll show you that later. Just gotta make sure I'm going quick enough. Some backgrounds. This one, again, you could take out some elements. Nice background page here. Another background one with the lace around the edge. So you could even take out just that lace edge and add it to your card. Got 4 images here. A nice big dress. And then we've got 2 more backgrounds here. And this is different than the other one. I know it looks slightly similar. This one has got a colored background, and then the other flower ones I showed earlier have got a white background. So you can kind of see the difference there. A little bit yellowy background in the white there. All right, now we'll move along to the last collection, and then I will do one of the rice paper demos for you guys. All right. Last but not least, this is what is this called? I think of it as Cinderella, but it is actually called Midnight Spell. You'll see why I call it the Cinderella. All right, so we might as well just jump to the large paper pads. They are so beautiful. This is the 12x12 paper pad. And then this is the back side. And then this is the patterns size. It is the 12x12. And again, it is 8. And then there are 12, I think, on this one. Yep, 12 on here. So we'll set those aside. I will open up the 8x8 because it will be the same as this one. So I'll open the 8x8 for you guys to see. And these are, again, so beautiful. So the last one was like what was it called? The Always and Forever was like the pink and orange and white color scheme. And this is the blue and gold and white color scheme. So again, first page you can use. And it is double-sided, which is nice. It says, have courage and be kind, love story. And we've got Cinderella here putting on her glass shoe. Lovely background page. I don't actually know if that's Cinderella, but it's very Cinderella vibes. And that says Once Upon a Time. We've got the prints on the horse. And then again, we've got some sentiments here that you can fussy cut out, and they're super easy to cut out. You could even just use like a paper trimmer. You don't necessarily need to use scissors. This one says they lived happily ever after. On the back, this one's a really pretty page. It's not Cinderella specific, which I like. So you could use this for a nice background for a birthday card or a wedding card or Valentine's. And then this one has all of the fussy cut elements that you can cut out with your background on the other side. Another background page. And this one, again, you could fussy cut out or leave it as is. It says, whatever you wish for, you keep. And then this one says, a dream is a wish your heart makes. All right, and this is the last one here. Cinderella. All right. Now we've got the fussy cut pad. So it's similar to the last one I showed, just obviously different elements and the different style to coordinate with all of the paper pads and everything. Have to run. Have a great day. Bye, Lisa. Have a good rest of your work day. Then this is the pearl sheets. These are actually sold out on the website, but they will be restocking soon. They should be within the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. So I'm not going to open that one up because we don't have it in stock yet. Then this one is the 6x6 vellum papers. Then you've got your 12 or your A4 vellum papers, and then your A4 paper pad. And then we have got our rice paper, which I will do a short demo with again. So this is one of, did I go over this one? Can't remember if I went through this. I don't think I did. All right, so this is one of them. There's a lovely background. I'm obsessed with this color here. The nice like baby blue. This one you could even cut like here and just use that as a background and then take out this element with a watercolor brush. The one thing I do love about the rice papers is you can really get the most out of the whole page and reuse it in many different projects. Got 4 different elements here. Cinderella and her prince, and then a nice lovely background. Then there are also stamps and stencils on the website as well, but I only have this one to show you guys. That's all I have. All right, now let's get into a demo. So I'm going to demo with one of these paper pads, or not paper pads, rice papers. I'm just going to decide what one. I think I do want to do this first page with the white background. And then I need another, might do that for an element. And then I need just kind of like a background page. Let me see what one. I like that one. Maybe we'll do that or the green. I think we will do the, let's do this one. Let's try it. We'll see what happens. All right. Now I'm going to grab my cardstock and I'm going to do a 5x7 card here. So I'm going to start by doing my just background like this. So I'm going to take, I've got a ton of different ones that you could do this with. You can do it with the Jane Davenport Collage Medium. You can do it with the Decoupage Lacquer. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And then we also have 2 more here, the Clear Matte Finish Glaze and the Super Matte Varnish. And there also are some other similar ones that you can use for this. I did forget my brush, didn't I? I did. All right, what brush can I use? Do I have anything here? All right. I forgot my brush. Let's improvise. Like I'm always improvising. And we will do it with a watercolor brush. That should be big enough. I'm just going to empty out the water in here because I do not want my page full of water. All right, bye-bye water. Should have grabbed a thicker brush. You will want a thicker brush. I just was not paying attention. Unless that's too thin. I don't want to ruin any of my blending brushes. All right, we'll just do this. Okay, I'm going to take my Jane Davenport Collage Medium. I'm going to squirt some just on my surface here. And then I'm just going to start layering this over top. And this will soak into the paper because it is a rice paper. It'll absorb and it'll stick to the back of the paper here. So I'm just going to do a nice even coat. I'm going to make sure I cover everything because I don't want it to bubble. And I'm not going to pour it directly on my page either, because if I do that, then it'll be too thick, too much will absorb, and then my paper might actually warp from behind. So just lightly adding it on. I'm not going to stick one big glob on. And then this obviously is taking me longer because I have a teeny little brush, not a big, thick brush, which would be much easier to use. And I don't want to use my ink brushes because my ink brushes might have ink on them still, like that one does. You know what? Let's just see if I can get enough ink off because that is not cutting it for me. You can actually also blend ink over top. So I'm just going to use my Jane Davenport brush here. I'll add a lot because I'm going to try and clean my brush up a little bit with the blue. All right, if you see some blue hues on here, it's because I've got blue on my brush I'm using. This is much easier, much quicker with this thick brush here. This actually reminds me of a toothbrush, but it works good for blending. It is a blending brush from Jane Davenport, I think, or Art by Marlene, one or the other. Alrighty. And then once that is stuck to my paper, I'm just going to make sure I go around all the edges, make sure that the edges stay flat and down. Okay, so that is stuck down. Now I'm going to tear it. I'm just going to tear it so I can peel this off and rip it. So you're going to see what I'm doing. The outsides are wet. I'm going to wrap around some of the edges. If I rip a little bit and show the white through, that's fine too. So you could cut it with a trimmer, but since mine's wet, I don't want to do that because it might ruin it a bit. So I'm just going to fold the backs over and add some of this along the back. This is just so I don't have to cut it. And plus I've got some of the rips and tears that I can't necessarily cut. So this will just make it easier for myself. And then I'm just going to lift up the edges with my brush along the edge. Oops. I am going quite heavy with this because I don't have my brush that I normally use and I'm trying to rush. So I don't know how much you want to add, but I probably am going too heavy-handed with this. All right, now that I have got that done, that will dry eventually, but it's okay if it's still wet. I'm just going to clean up my surface a little bit so I can tear apart an image on my other sheet. And I'm going to add, let's add a flower. So I'm going to just move that, grab my watercolor brush. I'm leaving water in this one that I'm using. I'm just going to get a bit of water on it so it's nice and wet. And then I'm going to take out this bottom corner, make sure it fits my page. Yep. And I'm going to just go along the edge of this flower in the corner that kind of creates a corner of itself. And add water. And you'll see once the water absorbs into your page, you'll be able to then rip it and tear out the image. And if you don't, you want to make sure that something stays on the image, just put your finger on the part that you want to make sure it's staying. So if I've got a flower right here that I don't want to get ripped off, I'll just put pressure on it to make sure that the paper doesn't rip away from there. And then I'll just keep working my way around the image with my watercolor brush. You can do this with just a wet brush and some water. You don't necessarily need a watercolor brush, but it helps. You can see it's making it a little bit easier. And then just keep going. I am going to cut out that butterfly. I could add it back later if I wanted to. So I'm just going to be careful going around the butterfly and putting my hand on it so I don't accidentally ruin it. There we go. And then we'll go around the bottom. And then I'm just going to take it right down. And now I'm going to line it up and see. Okay, I'm going to cut off the bottom and I'm going to fold that behind again with the corner. So I'm going to set that there. Add some of my, decoupage. Don't need that piece. Take some on my brush and then I'm just going to brush it out right over top. And again, I'm going to cover the whole image again, not just the edges, because it will help secure everything and make it nice and flat and your page won't really warp at all. So I'm just making sure I'm going over the full image of this and along the edges and the bottoms. And then adding a little bit more for here, and then just secure that down. Now I'm going to do what I did last time. Take this on the back and just secure it down. And again, you could just cut it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to fold it because it's wet and it just makes it easier right now instead of waiting for it to dry. All right, now that that is done, you can see what that looks like now that it is added. I love it so far. Now we're going to add another element to it. Again, I'm just going to wipe this up so I can not worry about ruining my whole rice paper page. And then I'll be making a mess on this again. All right, so I think I might do either the cake or I kind of like the man in his suit. Or do I do the girl? I think I'm going to do the girl. Oh, but the man in the suit. No, we're doing the suit. I think that I can't make my decision. I'm going to do this one, though. I think this one will look the best. And I am doing a thick line of the watercolor, but you could do it thinner. Again, I'm doing it in a bit of a rush, so just kind of making it a little bit messier than it could be. All right, and I'm just going around the whole image. It won't dry very quick, so I don't have to worry about tearing as I'm adding water. I'm going to absorb a bit of that water I just placed that had a ladybug on it. All right, now we'll tear this away. And I'm going to just make sure that I'm not adding anything like the bells. You can see that this butterfly is super close, so I'm going to be careful ripping it because I don't want the butterfly image added. All right. And now I'm going to separate that. And I am going to finish on going around the full image because I want it all to be frayed. I don't want any harsh edges like where the edge of the paper is. So I'm just going to keep slowly pulling and pulling. So now we've got all those frayed edges that you can see I was talking about. Now that I've got that, I'm going to bring this back in and do what I was doing before. Place that down where I want it. Like that. And we're going to add some of the decoupage back. And literally the exact same thing that you've been doing, just on repeat. Keep adding that back. All right, so this is one of the ways that you can work with rice papers. I hope you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys had some fun with me. Again, I will be back on Friday at 12. Not sure what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something. This is, I love how this turned out. It's beautiful, perfect for a wedding. All right, have a great Tuesday, everyone. See you guys 12 on Friday. Bye, everyone.